Play all day. We'll play all day. You got the keys. You got the keys. Play.
Hi everybody, and welcome to Richmond Heights, Ohio. We're just outside of Cleveland, and we are at the Richmond Town Square. Originally, this mall was called the Richmond Mall when it opened in 1966 by the D. Bartolo Group. In the 90s, it was Simonized, as I like to say, when Simon bought the mall and renovated it and expanded it, and that's when they renamed it to its current name, Richmond Town Square. And when I say Simonized, if you're familiar with Simon malls at all, they take away a lot of aesthetics typically when they revamp malls. Not every time, but a lot. And they kind of make them dull. So that's why there's not a whole lot of aesthetics at this place unless you go to the food court and some of the lights hanging from the ceilings, especially by the Sears. But anyway, right now the mall is actually owned by Cohan Retail Investment Group, and it is anchorless. And by that, I mean Sears, JCPenney, and the Macy's, which was a former Kaufman's, are all gone. Now, there is a Regal Cinema here, and the Macy's is now a storage facility, but other than that, there are no anchors, and many of the stores in this mall are independent or locally owned, and how should I say it, they're not exactly big chains or nationwide chains, so the mall is struggling. If you saw at the beginning of the video, I was back here in November, and I haven't been able to get this video up until just recently with the Christmas season and with me getting other videos that took priority. I figured I'd get this up eventually, but I've been trying to, and I'm finally able to do that. So that's why you see some fall and Halloween decorations in here, because it was like November 2nd, I believe, when I was here. And others have filmed them all around the same time, and I know my friends Heather and Pat just filmed it around Christmas time, so whenever they get their video up, you'll actually see Christmas decorations in this mall, so stay tuned for that. So as for its anchors leaving this mall, in 2015, that's when Macy's left. I think it was January, and in 2017, they took a double whammy here when Sears announced they were going to close in January, and then in March, JCPenney's announced that they were going to close. You're actually looking at the Sears right here, and those lights I was telling you about on the ceiling there, which I thought were pretty cool, to be honest, for a mall that doesn't have very many aesthetics, unless you go to the food court area. So yeah, as I was saying, the mall was anchorless other than the Regal Cinemas, but I'm not sure if that's going to be staying or what. And I say that because earlier this year, 2019 now, it was announced that major redevelopments are going to be taking place at this mall. I think it was Deal Point Merrill, if I said that correctly. They're planning on making this a mixed-use property with luxury apartments, a hotel, parks, and they're going to have some stores here. But to my understanding, early stories were saying that the mall was going to be demolished. Now other reports are saying otherwise, so I'm not sure how true that is, or if the mall will be demolished, or what. But I know major developments are coming to the place, so I figured back in November when I read the news that I read then, I had to come out and film it for you guys, just so you could see it, and so I could save this place on video. So, but we'll see what the future holds for the place. I'm not sure if they're going to demolish it or not, what businesses will stay, what businesses will go, because they are talking about stores still being here. So only time will tell. But personally, I thought it was a nice mall. It was rather clean. Yes, it's dead, obviously, with the Payless there, still abandoned. But yeah, it's not a bad mall. Just there's just not a lot here. But everybody that we ran into was very friendly. The people that worked here were friendly as well, and they do tend to make you feel a little welcome here. But again, there's just not much here. And it's sad to say because their food court, wait till you see it. It's pretty empty in there. There's nothing there. Just a couple of restaurants, and well, we'll see what happens anyway. I'd hate to see the place get demolished. Obviously, I hate to see the place close because I don't want to see people lose their jobs. But hopefully, when they redevelop the place, a lot of people will be offered employment and they can stick around in this area. So we'll see. I did want to point out, too, when I showed the Macy's here, that there are escalators that go up to it. And that's because that's the only section of the mall where it was 2 stories. Because as you can see, the mall is one long, like, T, I guess you could say, where it's one long hallway. And then they have an adjacent hallway which goes to the food court. But there are 2 floors by the Macy's where I know they had some offices and whatnot, but they closed that all off, especially after Macy's closed. So everything's on 1 floor now. And, well, we'll just see. Here's your JCPenney, by the way. So we'll see what happens here. And with that said, guys, I think I'll wrap up talking so you guys can enjoy the video and some vaporwave music. And with that said, guys, take care. And stay awesome. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you enjoy the content I've been trying to crank out for you guys. And I'll talk to you guys next time. So take care and stay awesome, everybody. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.